And Roland, can I point out one more thing? Because, you know, a lot of people are trying to make the point in light of the Buffalo massacre. Why don't the black people ever get anything? Where's our hate crime bill? I want to point out that Congressman Jamal Bowman passed or put forth a resolution in the House. It passed by 218 to 205 votes. All of the 205 no votes were Republicans. And this was a condemnation of the Great Replacement theory, which was the theory that animated the Buffalo terrorists. It condemned the Buffalo massacre. It condemned anti-Black racism and hate crimes. Specifically, if you look in the bill and you do a search on the word Black, because some people have a problem with the word African American or whatever little words you want to use, but the word Black is specifically mentioned 9 times in this resolution. All of the no votes were Republican, and all of the yes votes were Democrats. So when we talk about the facts, this is not a pro-Democrat thing or anti-Republican thing. It's a pro-fact situation. And if you want to talk about Black people being acknowledged and recognized and the horrors against us being recognized, I want to see some smoke for these Republicans that could not even vote against the Great Replacement theory and could not even vote to condemn the Buffalo massacre, because they know good and damn well that their base wants to see Black people massacred. Those people are the enemies, not us, for trying to tell y'all the truth. And for those of you who are angry and who are disillusioned, who are upset, we hear you and we see you, but we want you to channel your energy towards something that actually needs to be done, not refighting the battles that we've already won.
That's right. That's right. Roland, can I follow with Reece just a second? I know we're going long, but this is so important. You're right, Reece. I mean, thinking about the other end of the spectrum, and thank you for reminding us all, people who weren't there, Erica, last night. We were at Sankofa, and the elder was Glenda Richmond that you're talking about. And she lives at the Paul Lawrence Dunbar Homes, which is public housing here in D.C., and the developers won it. And that sister was sitting outside of Sankofa last night trying to work on a lawsuit because she's got a hearing in August coming up. And in the wake of some remarks that Erica made, powerful remarks on the power of silence, the power of sitting still, which a lot of us could use a lot more. In the wake of that, Haile Garima, the co-owner with his wife Shrigiana, brought this elder up to the microphone. She made a plea for help. And as you say, Erica, this sister in the back, whose mother was one of the founders of the Paul Lawrence Dunbar Homes, unbeknownst to anybody in there except Holly, who asked her to come, said, "Oh, no, sis, you come with me right now." And that elder started crying. She broke down crying because she finally found somebody who's going to get her some help, because those are senior citizens in D.C. who are being displaced by gentrification. Marcel for Congress in South Carolina. All the Black rappers. I'm gonna say something for all y'all over here, because all the brilliant Marxists and leftists who for whom the Democrats and Republicans are the same. I agree with you philosophically in terms of the capitalism and how this works in terms of neoliberalism. But let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. You see, the problem with abstract intellectualism is very plain. It's very easy to stand outside of the work, outside of the work Erica's talking about, outside of practical activity, and build a utopia and offer a smoke for everybody, to have hate and criticism because it's all wrong. And guess what? If you're standing in utopia, if you're judging something against utopia that doesn't exist, literally means no place, and says this falls short, this falls short, this falls short, you're absolutely right. Everything's going to look bad. Everything's going to look bad. But guess what? Once you step into the reality, you're going to look that elder in the face and tell her, well, yes, it's bad, but the Democrats are no different. Well, are you going to give her a place to sleep tonight? Are you going to get those people going to be displaced? Or are you going to fight? Are you going to run for office? Are you going to get in the street and get everybody to vote so she can stay in her house? The answer to that, of course, for the geniuses, some of whom are my friends, geniuses who have everything figured out, and then open their computers and every day wax eloquent on what's wrong with everything and are reading and discussing everything, but don't step a foot outside to be in the real world. Of course, everything is flawed. And guess what? Because everything is flawed, you get to be right, and an elder doesn't have somewhere to live. Or somebody can't terminate a pregnancy, or somebody can't get a pap smear, or can't, when they call, there's nobody to give them service, and they have a heart attack, or they stressed out, or they get minimum wage. You don't live in the real world. I'm talking about people who do read. And so, Roland, you know, as you're talking about the folks who have been victims of weaponized ignorance, who have embraced that by the pimps and the bad lace fronts and everything, on the other end of the spectrum are the geniuses who stand outside of the battle and critique all the battle strategies. And those people, they tend to have a beef with you too, because they love taking clips out of context and saying, see, but they wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit salad.
Would you say